Good morning, we're at Alexander Pianos. Today is Ibach moving day, so we're taking the piano down to St Paul's for a concert, and I'm going to show you how we're going to move it. This is the piano. Obviously we're going to close the lid and close it up, and I'll attach the specially made grand board. I've designed this board specifically to move this piano, and it's much easier for me or just one person to bolt that on, and then bolt this on, which is like the third, or it's like a leg that has a rocker on it, and I can tip the piano over on its side pretty much on my own, which is quite good, but I do need help loading it onto the trailer, so I'll show you how we do this. While we're watching a fast forward of me putting the piano on its side, I thought I'd give you a brief history of this piano. It's an Ibach. It's a Richard Wagner model, which is 2.3 meters long. It was built in 1886 in Germany and sent out to New Zealand, presumably after that from London. It was sold to whoever bought it for about 2,300 marks in those days. We don't know the history immediately after that, but a good many years passed, and in the early 1950s, a family bought the piano and they wanted to turn it into a sandpit for the kids, and friends of theirs suggested that perhaps they might actually restore the piano, and had the piano restored. They actually did it themselves and took the frame out and did quite a good job repolishing it, and so the piano took on a whole other life in the North Shore in Auckland. And during many years of service, and then after that the piano passed down through the generations and ended up in Dunedin, and that's where I purchased it about two years ago, with the aim of completely, because it had a whole other life, it really needed complete rebuilding again, so I took on the challenge to rebuild this piano to the best of my abilities, and have it ready for a concert that was coming up. And that's how we get the piano on its side. I'll show you the legs. They slot into this plate with hooks, and the hooks obviously go up into there. It's quite a neat design. Haven't seen that on any other piano. And obviously when the leg slots in, it goes that way, and this will hold it in place. On the top of the leg, you'll see the plates, and the leg, that's the caster. The shaft of the caster goes all the way through the middle of the leg right to the end. So essentially it's clamping the entire leg together from one end to the other with this bolt, and that you do this bolt up, and it's bolting onto this plate, and obviously the plate has these hooks which hook onto the look into those slots on the holes, and it's quite a strong leg. I mean, it's a very good idea. I like how quick and simple it is, and it's very unlikely to. I mean, these are really well. These have been really well forged into there. You can see on the other side where they've been peened over. So they're really well designed and really well made, and I'm pretty sure they're original with the piano. I'm not 100% because when the piano was rebuilt in the 50s, I don't even think the piano had legs, because the owners at the time in the early 50s had these legs made because these are a New Zealand native timber. So I'm not sure. Obviously, they would have been turned legs for an 1886 piano. So yeah, it's had a lot of interesting history, but yeah. So anyway, so the piano, yep, it's on its side, and we'll pack that up and send it down to St Paul's Cathedral for the October 23rd concert, which I hopefully will go to and see some of you there. Also, I thought I'd show you the rocking, for lack of a better name, the how it bolts on. It literally slots down there, bolts on down there, and bolts onto this plate here, which is really well screwed to the piano. So there's no way it can come adrift. The grand board is lying flat on the ground at the moment, and it's a colossal weight, and there's obviously a handle there, but my mate Darren can lift that, and he can get that piano up onto its side. And I don't know how on earth he can manage that, because this thing's got to weigh 400 and something kilos or more. It's a really heavy weight, and it's absolutely unreal. But I've got a video of him doing this in the paddock when we took the piano up for a big outdoor photo shoot for a band, and he picked that piano up and put it on its balance point, and it was quite incredible. This is Tim. Say hello.
Hello. Hello.
We're lifting up the piano so we can slot the wheels underneath. It's quite heavy. Just made it to the cathedral, and we're going to unload the piano now. Tim is inside. Here he is, getting some bits and pieces out. Piano's on the trailer. The little jig is working well to hold the strops. We're going to go in this door here. The Ibach had been extensively rebuilt, and I'd spent about 900 hours doing a lot of work to the piano, changing a lot of things in the design, new hammers, new scaling, new bridge. It was a massive task, French polishing. And since then, the piano has really become the hire piano for Alexander Pianos, and I really enjoy having it around in the shop. The very first thing that we did with the piano is I took it down to the Dunedin Performing Arts competitions, because I needed a good piano down there, and I just had it ready, and I was so relieved. But what I hadn't sort of anticipated, well, I should have had anticipated that the strings were brand new, and they were constantly stretching, so I had to go down there every single day and do a lot of tuning work. It was quite a task. Several individuals have done a lot of track recording, and there's quite a few videos on YouTube now about some of those videos that I've put up, including one of a band, the Sunveins, which are good friends of mine. They had this idea. They wanted to do a big outdoor sort of scenery video, and so they did a recording on the piano. They did a track, and then we took the actual piano out to a friend's farm way up on the top of this hill, and did this huge photo shoot with the band, and it was just so much fun. And I'll put a link in below. It was well worth having a look at that, because it was pretty incredible. Yeah, lots of things have happened with this piano since we've taken it down to George Street busking. We've raised a lot of money for the flood victims, and now with the Octagon Ensemble are doing their concert in the St Paul's Cathedral on the 22nd of October, which I'll put a link in below. And yeah, there might be piano making an appearance in Oamaru coming up in November, so keep an eye out.